Hello everyone, I am Kiran Joshi. Welcome you all in class 9 history. Here I am with the presentation of the second chapter of history, Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution, part 1. We have learnt in the previous chapter that after the French Revolution the ideas of freedom and equality spread all over the Europe. People started discussing about individual rights and who should control social power and about reshaping the social structure. But everyone didn't favor the complete transformation of the society. Some wished for a gradual change, while others wished to restructure society radically. Some were conservatives, others were liberals or radicals. What did these terms mean? The liberals were the group wanted a nation which tolerated all religions. They opposed the uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers. They wanted to safeguard the rights of individuals against government. They argued for a representative elected parliamentary government subject to laws interpreted by a well trained judiciary that was independent of rulers and officials. However, they were not Democrats because they didn't believe in universal adult franchise. They favored men of property to have the right to vote. They didn't want the vote for women. While the radicals wanted a nation's government to be based on the majority of a country's population. They supported women's suffragette movements. They disliked the concentration of property in the hands of a few. Now the conservatives they were opposed to radicals and liberals. However, after the French Revolution, they accepted the need for change, but still they believed that the change should be through a slow process and the past had to be respected. The 19th century was a time of intense social and economic changes. New cities came up, new industrialized regions developed, and railways expanded, and the Industrial Revolution occurred. People turned towards factories, men, women, and children all. They had to work for long hours at very low wages. Many people faced unemployment, especially since the time when there was low demand for industrial goods. There were problems of housing and sanitation. Industries were the property of individuals. Liberals and radicals also owned property, but they believed that the economy could progress if health and education facilities for workers were improved. They opposed the privileges of old aristocracy and believed in individual efforts, labor, and enterprise. Many working men and women followed such liberal and radical groups and parties in early 19th century. Some nationalists, liberals and radicals became revolutionary and worked to overthrow the existing monarchs in France, Italy, Germany and Russia. They wanted to create a nation where all citizens would have equal rights. Now, by the mid 19th century in Europe, the idea of a socialist society attracted widespread attention. Socialists were against the private property because the individuals that owned property were concerned only with the personal gain, and they were not worried or bothered or thought of the those who made the property productive. So if society as a whole controlled property, more attention would be paid to collective social interest. Now the question was, what would be the basis for a socialist society? There were different visions or views about it. Some socialists, such as Robert Owen, who was a leading English manufacturer, believed in the idea of cooperatives. There were other socialists who felt that to build a wide scale cooperative, the government had to take responsibility. These cooperatives should be the associations of people who produced goods together and divided the profits according to the work done by the members. While on the other hand, Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels had different views of a socialist society. Marx argued that industrial society was capitalist, and the capitalist accumulated the profits produced by workers. So, to improve their condition, workers had to overthrow capitalism and the rule of private property. Marx believed that workers had to construct a radically socialist society where all property was socially controlled. Such society would be a communist society. He was convinced that workers would triumph in their conflict with capitalists. A communist society was the natural society of the future. By the 1870s, socialist ideas spread through Europe. Socialists formed an international body also, which they named the Second International. Workers in England and Germany formed associations to fight for better living and working conditions. They set up funds to help members in time of distress. They demanded reduction in working hours and right to vote. These associations worked closely with the Social Democratic Party in Germany and helped it win parliamentary seats. By 1905, socialists and trade unionists formed a Labour Party in Britain and a Socialist Party in France. Though till 1914 socialists were never succeeded in forming a government, they had a strong hold in parliamentary politics and their ideas influenced in shaping legislation. Now is the time to wind up this part of the chapter. So here are some questions for you for revision. So the first one is, why were the liberals not considered as democrats? Second, describe the views of radicals. Third, what were the viewpoints of the conservatives? Fourth, why were the socialists against the private property? And fifth is, what was the basic principle of the Marxist theory? That's all for this presentation. Hope you found this presentation helpful. Thank you.